There's a moment you've probably felt when a woman looks at you from across the room, and for a single stretched out second, your whole body reacts before your mind even catches up. It's that slight pull in your stomach, that charged pause that feels much longer than it actually is. And in that tiny window, your instinct kicks in. Go over there. Say something. Make an impression. Most men follow that instinct immediately. They walk over rehearsing lines in their head, adjusting their shoulders to look more confident, trying to say the exact combination of words that will make her see them as interesting or impressive. But without realizing it, the moment they move toward her, with the mindset of proving themselves, the dynamic shifts. They're no longer equals in an interaction. They've placed her on a pedestal and quietly lowered themselves. Their energy is no longer grounded, it's seeking. And seeking energy always gives away power. What I'm going to share with you today is a way out of that pattern. A way of behaving that doesn't break YouTube rules, doesn't manipulate anyone, and doesn't encourage unhealthy mind games. Instead, it gives you a grounded, self-respecting framework that makes your presence more magnetic and your interactions more natural. Think of it as a modern reinterpretation of timeless human psychology, something far deeper than memorizing lines or pretending to be someone you're not. Before we continue, here's the core idea that shapes everything else. The person who chases always positions themselves beneath the person they chase. The person who stands firmly in their own center naturally becomes more attractive. Let's use a simple metaphor: gravity. Planets don't chase the sun. The sun simply is what it is: dense, stable, powerful, and everything else orbits naturally. Real attraction works the same way. Not through force, not through pressure, not through performing, but through presence, through the grounded confidence of someone who knows their value and doesn't bend their identity for anyone. Now, let's break down where things often go wrong. Most men make a subtle but powerful mistake. They express interest in a way that communicates a hidden message without using a single word. I need your approval. This message shows up in dozens of tiny, unconscious behaviors. Talking slightly too fast to keep her attention. Laughing a bit louder than usual. Constantly checking her facial reactions. Filling every silence out of fear it means she's losing interest. Agreeing even when they don't actually agree. Over-explaining themselves. Looking for cues that she's impressed. To you, these behaviors might feel small or unnoticed, but to her, they're loud. They signal imbalance. They signal that your center of gravity is outside of yourself. Women don't consciously analyze these signals. They simply feel them. Just like you can feel when someone is nervous, or trying too hard, or seeking approval even if they never say it. The problem isn't interest. Interest is normal. Attraction is normal. The problem is needing something back. The average man tries to solve this by working harder, reading dating tricks, watching videos, buying new clothes, memorizing conversation formulas, reshaping their personality however the moment demands. But this effort, and this is important, comes from a place of scarcity, not abundance. It's fueled by the belief that I'm not enough unless I do something to compensate, and scarcity energy can never create deep attraction. It may get temporary attention, but never lasting interest. Now contrast this with a man who operates from a different place. A place of centeredness, purpose, and authenticity. He doesn't chase approval because he doesn't need it to feel grounded. He doesn't try to impress because he's already aligned with what matters to him. He doesn't calibrate every word or gesture for a reaction because his self-worth isn't determined by whether someone likes him. Women don't just notice this difference. They feel it intensely. Before we move into the techniques, I want to highlight something crucial. This is not about emotional games or withholding affection. This is not about pretending not to care. And it's not about creating artificial distance to manipulate someone into chasing. Everything we're building is rooted in emotional honesty and self-respect. You're not becoming indifferent. you're becoming centered. So let's explore why this works on such a deep psychological level. Human attraction, across cultures and throughout history, has always been wired to respond to genuine value, not performed value. When you try too hard, when you chase, when you alter your energy to win someone over, you unintentionally communicate, "I don't fully trust my own worth." That message is felt instantly. Not consciously. Not verbally. But instinctively. Think of it like a musician who plays perfectly but without soul. Technically flawless, emotionally empty. People may admire the skill, but they don't feel moved. Now compare that to someone who isn't perfect but performs with complete presence, grounded emotion, and authenticity. That person captivates without trying. Attraction works the same way. It's not what you do, it's the energy behind what you do. So how do you fix this? How do you move from seeking energy to grounded, magnetic energy? This is where the core technique comes in. Not a trick. Not a gimmick. A mindset shift that transforms how you show up in every interaction. I call it the magnetic void, but unlike many attraction concepts online, this has nothing to do with ignoring people or playing cold. Here's what it actually means. Create space by removing all behaviors driven by insecurity, anxiety, or the need for approval. Then fill that space with presence, purpose, and authenticity. In simpler terms, you stop chasing. Not because you don't care, but because you're grounded enough not to need reassurance. And something interesting happens when you do this. People who once felt slightly distant begin leaning in. Conversations feel more natural. Moments feel less tense, more alive. She starts contributing more to the interaction. She starts wondering about you, instead of the other way around. Your role shifts. Not because you're forcing anything, but because the energy has rebalanced itself. Now let's bring this into real-world scenarios, so you can see the difference clearly. Scenario 1, at work. You're in a meeting. She's there. Most men talk slightly louder, try to appear smarter, subtly angle their body toward her, or steal quick glances to check her reaction. You don't. You stay grounded in the purpose of the meeting. Your energy doesn't spike or change when she looks at you. Your contributions are measured, genuine, and relevant, not performative. You don't force an interaction during the break. If it happens naturally, great. If not, you stay present in your own world. And because you aren't seeking anything, she starts noticing you more. Noticing your calmness, your focus, your lack of performative energy. And that contrast stands out. Scenario 2, social setting. At a party, most men strategize. When to approach, what to say, how to seem confident. You don't. You immerse yourself in the environment, enjoy conversations, live the moment. You're open to interaction, but not chasing it. You're present but not eager. Suddenly, without doing anything special, you become someone worth approaching. Tool 1, total presence. Total presence is the anchor of everything in this system. It's the ability to be fully engaged in the moment without trying to predict outcomes or perform for approval. You use it anytime you're interacting with someone you're attracted to, whether in person or online. Here's how it works. Step 1, physical anchoring. Before you speak, feel your breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice your shoulders. These simple cues pull you out of your mind and into your body, a place where confidence naturally lives. Step 2, natural eye contact. Not intense. Not forced. You hold eye contact long enough to show presence, but not so long that it becomes a tactic. Authentic, steady, relaxed. Step 3, deep listening. You respond to what she actually says, not to what you rehearsed or what you think she wants to hear. If she asks, "What are you looking for right now?" you don't shape your answer for maximum effect. You answer with grounded honesty. "I'm building something I care about, and I'm open to genuine connections that feel meaningful." This doesn't attempt to impress. It expresses self-direction, and that, more than clever lines or perfect timing, is magnetic. Women feel authenticity immediately. They respond to grounded energy because it signals emotional maturity and inner stability, qualities that carry weight in every kind of relationship. Tool 2. Purpose centrality. If total presence is the anchor, purpose centrality is the engine. Purpose centrality means your life is oriented around something bigger than chasing attention or trying to secure approval. It doesn't require you to have your entire life figured out. It simply means that you're moving towards something that matters to you, your craft, your career, your growth, your health, your mission. When this is your center, everything changes. Your schedule isn't rearranged for momentary validation. Your emotional state isn't tied to someone else's response time. Your confidence doesn't depend on external approval. So when she asks, "Why didn't you text last night?" you're able to respond truthfully and calmly. "I was deep into a project I'm working on. I didn't even notice the time." There's no excuse making, no tension, no apology for having a life. This isn't coldness. This is grounded adulthood. And ironically, it creates more attraction, not less. Because purpose is one of the strongest signals of emotional depth and independence. Tool 3. The strategic void. This tool is the most misunderstood, so let's make it absolutely clear. The strategic void is not ignoring someone, playing hard to get, creating artificial distance, trying to trigger a reaction. The strategic void is simply this. When you feel the urge to chase, you pause and return to your purpose instead. This creates a natural space, not punishment, not strategy, just space. And space is one of the most powerful psychological forces in attraction. When there is no pressure, people show up because they want to, not because they're being pulled. For example, if she hasn't replied for hours, the average man sends another message, then checks, then worries, then sends another message. You don't. You redirect that energy into something productive, your work, your training, your passion, your growth, and when she eventually replies, the dynamic is completely different because her message wasn't dragged out of her. It came naturally. People don't chase what's always chasing them. They lean into what feels grounded, present, purposeful, and secure within itself. The 7-day implementation plan. These concepts only matter if you live them. Here's a week of simple, powerful action. Days 1 to 2. Practice total presence. Every time you speak with someone you're attracted to, in person or online, anchor your breath. Relax your shoulders. Hold natural eye contact. Listen deeply. Respond honestly instead of strategically. On day 1, you'll feel awkward. On day 2, you'll feel a shift. Conversations become easier. Silences become less terrifying. People open up more. You start feeling more grounded. Days 3 to 4. Add purpose centrality. Keep practicing total presence, but now add your purpose into the mix. Every time you feel tempted to rearrange your schedule for someone, pause. Ask yourself, does this support my purpose or take me away from it? If the answer is no, stay with your own plan. This isn't rigid. It's self-respect. You'll notice more calmness in your interactions, less emotional reactivity, more appreciation from others for your time and attention, a sense of personal stability you may not have felt before. Days 5 to 7. Integrate the strategic void. Now we put everything together. Anytime you feel the urge to chase, whether through messaging, seeking reassurance, or forcing interactions, you stop, breathe, and return to your purpose. You leave a natural space, not to provoke, not to punish, but to remain centered. By day 7, if you're consistent, you'll notice more inbound messages, more initiation from others, more emotional clarity, less anxiety, a deeper sense of control in your own life. This isn't magic. It's psychology. And it works because you've shifted from seeking energy to grounded energy. 3 critical mistakes to avoid. These can undo all your progress if you're not careful. Mistake 1. Getting comfortable too quickly. Early success can tempt you into slipping back into old habits. You start chasing again, but now you justify it because things were going well. Stay disciplined. The system only works when you stay centered. Mistake 2. Using absence as control. If you start enjoying the feeling of emotional power, if you start withholding to manipulate, you'll create tension instead of connection. This system is about authenticity, not dominance. Mistake 3. Treating these tools like temporary tactics. If you use these techniques as tricks, they'll feel fake, and people will sense it. These tools work when they become your default identity, not when they're used like scripts. The 4 pillars of your new relational identity. Let's bring everything together into a new blueprint for how you operate in relationships. Pillar 1. Chasing approval communicates insecurity, even if you don't say a word. Pillar 2. The magnetic void eliminates low-value behaviors and brings you back to your center. Pillar 3. True attraction isn't something you manufacture. It's something that emerges when you stop blocking it. Pillar 4. The 3 tools, total presence, purpose centrality, and strategic void, combine to create a naturally attractive energy that can't be faked. This isn't just dating advice. It's a personal reset. A shift in how you see yourself. Because the real transformation isn't in how others respond to you. It's in how grounded and powerful you feel within your own life. Your 24-hour challenge. Sometime in the next day, you'll feel the impulse to chase. Maybe in a text, maybe at work, maybe online. When that moment comes, do this. Pause. Breathe. Redirect your energy to your purpose. Let the space exist. And then pay attention to how you feel. Because once you've experienced the difference, you won't want to go back. You're not becoming distant. You're becoming centered. And centered people don't chase. They attract.